Fire Radio.
Hey everybody, Jeremy, National Fire Radio. Welcome back to the podcast. Today is going to be a good one. It's about an upcoming conference that I'm going to be working and speaking at, and I'm looking forward to it. The Come and Take It Fire Conference down in Grapevine, Texas, April 5th through 7th. And today I wanted to introduce one of the guys behind that conference, John Johnson, Battalion Chief out of Longview, Texas. Chief, thanks for joining me, brother. Appreciate you.
Yes, thank you so much. I'm so excited to get to talk to you. It's been too long since the last time we spoke.
You know, you and I had met several years ago now, I believe, down in Texas at one of the other conferences that we were both at. Hit it off, had a great conversation or two, and then we've stayed in touch since. And I think that's one of my favorite things about National Fire Radio and what I've been able to do with this platform is just reach out to different people and get to meet guys across the country and get to learn their stories and so on. And then, you know, you got friends. And, you know, I'm grateful for the friends that I have, and you're certainly one of them, brother. You're always sending me video clips or pictures or words of encouragement, but it's been a nice go-around. So I appreciate you, man. And congratulations on the conference this year.
Yes, thank you so much. Yeah, we met a few years back, and National Fire Radio was kind of in its infancy.
Yeah.
And to be able to witness and see what you've done with your platform has just been amazing about how much you've been able to share your passion and your humility and the truth and under your platform has just been amazing to even just getting to witness that. So I'm so thankful that we've got to meet each other.
Wow, I'm super kind. I'm just another guy. But yeah, it's been a wild ride, man. And you know, but I think it takes relationships like we have to push each other to be better and want to do more. And I bet that has a lot to do with what you guys have done now too with Emergency Services Training Incorporated, right? ESTI is a new training group that you've started, and that you guys are behind the Come and Take It conference, correct?
Yes, we are. So the whole conference, the theme of the conference is me in particular. I've been so fortunate and lucky to be mentored by some giants within the fire service. I've been able to build relationships with some of the giants within the fire service, and they've kind of took me under their wing. And so like I said, like you said in the beginning, you know, I'll send you a video or a clip of a fire that we ran. Well, a lot of these mentors I do the same to. And once they get this information, they said, hey, you did really well at this, and well, you didn't do so good at this. And, you know, they're quite frank, and they said, you sucked at this, you know, and I'm so thankful for that. But they have been able to pour into me and my team so much of the knowledge and the experience that they had. And this was a way that we were going to build a training company and kind of pay back that to the fire service. We wanted to create a platform to pay back, and is specifically my way to pay back to the mentors that have just poured into me and give them an opportunity and the stage to speak amongst a lot of students coming into the conference. So I'm excited about that.
Well, I mean, and that's what it's all about, right? It's paying it forward. And I think, you know, I love guys that take initiative and find ways to do that, you know, more so than just in their own companies. There's nothing wrong with just being a leader in your own department. But some guys want to take it further. They feel that they have something to share or another way to promote the job and push it forward. And, you know, guys start a lot of different training companies, or guys host conferences, or they get involved in other angles. And so I think whenever we're trying to promote the job and push it forward, push it ahead, it's through initiatives like this or guys like you that see a need to keep pushing. And I think that's why we're better today than we've ever been. I truly believe that.
Yes, I couldn't agree with that statement more, you know, and it's an honor to see and humbling to see where the fire service is going. It's just been going in such a positive direction over the past few years of my career. But it's just because of leaders like yourself and people who's come to this conference, and there's so many more that are really just, you know, making that movement in that positive direction. And we sure are lucky. We sure are lucky in the fire service. I know that.
You know, luck is something that does exist, but I also think there's something about that too, where you create your own luck. You can walk your way into some luck, and I think when you carry yourself in a certain way, you do the right thing all the time, your luck, what we call luck, is just becomes every day because we're just fortunate because of our hard work, dedication, and passion to surround yourself with like-minded people that we feel lucky to call friends, and yet it makes sense that we cling to each other. It's because we push each other to be better. And so call it luck, call it reality. I don't know what you want to call it, but I would agree with you in that respect. But I have to say this, right? So starting a training company and doing some training, hands-on, lecture, that's it's a feat in and of itself. But now you want to start a conference? So April 5th through 7th down in Grapevine, Texas, you guys are promoting the Come and Take It Fire Conference. Running a conference is not easy. There's a tremendous amount of work that goes into it. You're a brave soul.
Yeah, yes, it is. It is a huge undertaking, but we have such a good team with ESTI.
Awesome.
And a couple of the guys that you even know, Gareth Juays, which we met together in I think it was Austin, the class that we took, and then John Velez, he heads up TBM podcast. I think he's going to be a future guest of yours, somewhere in the near future.
Yep,
so
for sure,
we have just a strong team. And one of my internal mentors his name is Captain Valerie. He's really the brains and the president behind this company. And I owe everything to him as a mentor for me. And he's allowed and instilled so much passion. Honestly, some of this is I just want to see him succeed.
Nice.
Because he's poured so much into me. But we have faith that what we're doing is just for the right reasons. We're just trying to bring some quality education and training to the fire service, specific in the Dallas area. And we just have that faith that everything is going to work out for the best, and we're just going to have a great time at the conference. So the stress is the least of our worries. We're just ready. We're ready to get it going.
I love you, Texas. You guys are larger than life, man, and you're incredibly humble. But the hard work matters. I know you're going to put it in, and I know it's unconditional to you guys that you'll get it done. I know that. It's just in your spirit. It's exciting. So let's break down the conference a little bit. So I'm gonna read off the instructors that I know of. You got Tim Klett, Clyde Gordon, Rob Backer, John Lightly, Ray McCormack, myself, Dave McGrail, Mike Phillips, recently retired out of Houston. I mean, this is a pretty powerful lineup, some big names, some guys that like to share their passion across the country. You got a pretty good lineup, brother.
Oh, it's going to be fantastic.
Yeah,
man, they're so strong. And for them just to even be willing to step out there, and we've had a personal relationship, each of one of those people, but for them to agree to come to a conference, and this is our first one, man, it's so humbling to be able to do that. But yes, you've named off a powerhouse, and there's a few others, unfortunately, that just couldn't make it. One of my biggest mentors outside of Chief Phillips from Houston, he is a number one outside mentor. Chief Turpak, unfortunately, had a scheduling conflict. I love him to death. He is the most honest person. He will tell you what you've done right and what you've done wrong too. And what I love about him is Chief Turpak teaches, if this, then this. Right. So if the fire is here, the line goes here, the vent goes here, the window's timed here. Well, that's kind of what the basis of this conference is about, is we want to teach if this, then this. And that's why we get the lineup that we do.
Well, I love that, right? And I think if you're going to do it, this is how you do it. So I'd love to hear kind of the format. Again, it's going to be April 5th through 7th in Grapevine, Texas. That's outside the Dallas area, correct, Chief?
Yes. The hotel is just basically right next to the DFW airport. It's on a lake. It's in Grapevine, Texas. We call that area Dallas, Texas. There's so many cities that incorporate that area. But yes, it'd be housed in Grapevine. It's just short distance from the airport. It's at a Hilton Executive Conference Suite that'll sit 1,000 students, and we hope to fill as many seats as we possibly can. Wow, so we just want to kind of break down what each day and what each instructor is going to teach, just to give a little bit of information to the students. Sure. and what what they can prepare for.
Sure, we'll go right ahead. Give me the breakdown. What are we doing?
So one of the reasons that you were one of the first people that I've contacted is when we first met, there was a passion that was shared from you to us, and we wanted to start that platform with you and being able to share what your goals and your vision and what you've created amongst this fire service. We wanted that to be we wanted that person to be you.
Well, I appreciate
So that's why we asked you to basically host and or run and MC this entire conference. Is you have that humbleness and that passion of and know personally these instructors. I think that's just going to be a fantastic way to start the conference.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to
I'm
it.
really looking forward to that.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I appreciate everything that you're offering for me to be there, to do this, to MC. It's just going to be a lot of fun, and I think I'd love to hear a little bit more about the program. It's going to be lecture series and so on. Give me the breakdown of what this all looks like.
Okay, so day one, right out of the bat, we're going to have Chief Clyde Gordon from Houston. He's 4 decades within Houston's fourth largest city, obviously fourth largest fire department in the country. They go to work. Well, he's going to start it off, and he's going to teach a class called Leading Leaders, Making the Best Even Better. So as we talked earlier, the fire service is just progressively getting better and better and better and more educated and more trained. But now he's going to kind of dive in to be how you can lead those people, those leaders. And it's going to be a fantastic program. And if you've ever heard him speak, he is something to listen to.
Yeah.
He has some experience as well to go along with it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep,
go ahead.
Soon as he gets finished with the leading leaders, we're going to transition into my internal mentor named Captain Valerie. And this class is a no-go decision making. So we teach part in our training company of happy fire and hangry fires. That's kind of how we are distinguishing the no-go situations. But a lot of times in the fire, in a structural fire, we may have to have some defensive positioning, but it doesn't mean that it has to be exterior. Sometimes we can be interior with a defensive posture. And so he's going to teach sometimes we can be offensive here or defensive there and win those situations when we can put lines into specific places. So that's kind of an if this, then this class. So
sure.
I can't wait for that one.
Yeah, that sounds great. And that's Captain Valerie, you said?
Yes.
Great.
The next class is going to be a tactics class, and that's going to be one that myself will teach. And I'm going to focus on garage fires, half-story fires, and attic fires. So a lot of times these are very common fires that we have in our territory and pretty much across the country. We respond to a lot of these fires. However, there's been a lot of line of duty deaths, a lot of near misses, and a lot of property loss on these 3 specific classes. We've researched a lot on how to learn from the lessons learned from the line of duty deaths on those 3 fires, and also best practices with UL studies and the subject matter experts of how to fight those. So we go on a lot of those fires, but we really haven't been taught how really do we address the situation. So that's what that class is going to be about.
Good.
We'll break for lunch and we'll move into the art of reading smoke. If you have not had that class, you have to reach out to Chief Rob Backer and take art of reading smoke. He's going to come to our conference. He's going to give just a piece of his class, but it's really going to be specific to if this, then this. So he's going to dive into how we need to focus on the first due or first arriving companies and really be able to take the reading that smoke in and seeing where the fire is, where is it going, and how fast is it going to get there.
Cool.
So he's gonna be able to share some great information there.
Yeah, I'm excited about that for sure. I have not taken that class yet, so I am excited to see it. Absolutely.
I've taken that class 17 times, and I still learn stuff each time. It's that good.
I love it.
We'll finish up the the day with John Lightly, Chief John Lightly. He's a member of Insight Fire Training with Andy Starnes.
Yes.
He is a great guy. I met him in Denver. He's fantastic. He's going to teach some tactical thermal imaging. This company is taking us, the fire service, and giving us the knowledge that we need to properly use our thermal imaging cameras. Before I had this class, pretty much I knew how to turn my thermal on and point it. Well, I found out after this class, I didn't even know how to do that correctly.
Right.
I've learned so much from this class. There's so many tips and tricks and little golden nuggets that he's going to share that will aid in the success of us locating, extinguishing, and saving victims. And just a side note is we brought this class back to our own department here in September. This past September, we had a garden department, 2 up, 2 down. They were through and through. The top left is on fire. We had 3 teenagers trapped inside the fire, and we were able to locate and extract and save those 3 teenagers out of that apartment. And some of these classes, or really all of these classes, played a pivotal role in the success of that incident.
Love it. That's awesome. All right, so that's going to be day 1, correct?
That's just day 1.
Okay. And what are we doing that night? Is there a social? Anything going on that night?
There will be a social each night on Saturday or on Friday and Saturday.
Right.
There will be a social at the host hotel, which is at the Hilton.
Awesome.
And if the students register on our page, Fire Nuggets, we have partnered with Fire Nuggets, and they are running our registration. And they are a fantastic group, nonprofit organization that is helping us. And if you register, they have a link to the hotel to get a discounted hotel rate at the host hotel.
Cool. Good.
So Jeffrey from Fire Nuggets, man, he's a bang up guy.
Yeah, we'll go through all that at the end, Chief, so everybody knows where they can find more information, where they can register, see what's going on. So that's beautiful. Let's talk day 2.
Okay, day 2. This is a huge portion of the conference. Retired Lieutenant Tim Klett from FDNY, Engine 88 from the Bronx. I'm sure you know him very well. He is a fantastic instructor and a more fantastic of a person. I took his class, a couple years back of company officer development. His class is called the Company Level Officer: The Keys to Success. There's so much information about how to be a leader, an officer, company level officer in this class than I ever have. A lot of people that reach out from every department, they want to know, have a formal course or class of how to be a company officer. Well, right. This is that. So if you're ever want to be a company officer, inspiring to be a company officer, or just want to be a good follower, Lieutenant Tim Klett, he is the key to making that successful for you. Awesome. And this is going to be a 4-hour portion of the class. This is one of the biggest classes that we have in the conference, and you're in for a treat for him.
Cool. Looking forward to that for sure. All right, so that's going to be day 2 in the morning. Go ahead.
Yeah, we had to stack some big guns after him because he is just a phenomenal instructor. So after he goes, we're going to dive into Chief Dave McGrail from Denver, another fantastic person. He is the high-rise guru, in my opinion. We have so many of these types of buildings within our territory and in the DFW area. But the difference is our staffing specifically in our area is a little bit lower, right? We run three-man companies.
Right.
So he's going to tailor his high-rise firefighting for the understaffed rigs. So the 3-man staffed rigs, he's going to be able to explain if we have a fire in a high-rise, a mid-rise, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th floor, these are the tactics to employ, and what he has found the best practice and the best use of our resources tactically on those types of buildings.
Awesome. That's good, man. I mean, that's the name of the game is short-handed companies. I mean, that's what most people are dealing with. So if we can get strategies and tactics at conferences to represent what the majority of us are used to and accustomed to, giddy up. We're going to win. Let's go.
We're going to, yes, sir. We're going to finish up the day with Lieutenant Ray McCormick, which is just one of those icons in the fire service. He has blessed us with being able to teach the Dirty Dozen. And this is a class that he taught in FDIC years back, but it's the 12 most common mistakes made by the engine company.
Yep.
And it is just, the information is so valuable because obviously we know that the engine company plays such a pivotal role in the fire service. Every fire department in the country has an engine company. Some may not have a rescue or a truck, but they have an engine company. And being able to be able to fulfill the necessary task of that engine company, especially an understaffed engine company, he's going to be able to shed some light of some of those common mistakes that we're making on there, so that we can have some lessons learned. And I have not personally had this class yet, but I cannot wait for it. I think it's going to be amazing.
It's awesome. I mean, the lineup so far is over the top, so I love it. I know what a great program that is for sure. The amount of value that people are going to pull from these 2 days so far. What do you have after Ray? That closes out day 2?
That closes out day 2, and we're going to have a great social planned afterwards where that the students can come and meet with the instructors. And that's where you learn most in conferences. Anyone who's ever been to a conference understands that it's the after hours where you start building relationships and you start being able to talk shop. And I mean, me, you, and Chief Mo Davis, we sat, in a hotel until midnight, speaking about tactics. I mean, it's incredible, that opportunity.
Yeah, I love that. I mean, I think that is one of the most important parts of attending the conferences. I mean, obviously the information being shared there is, enough. But when you can get into the trenches after hours, get to meet these, the instructors, they're just like everyone else, and they're there to learn as well. And a lot of them, or almost all of them, are students also. When, somebody else is speaking, they sit in and take notes because they want to better themselves. And so the intent of the conference is not just to sit in the room and zone out to the information being fed to you, but also to really get active in those after-hour programs, the socials, and really dive in to get to know the instructors. I mean, typically phone numbers are exchanged, text messages. You get to start to meet people. You build out your network, and that is where you really start to see some real personal growth in yourself and as a firefighter. So I love that, man. That's a big part of why I love doing what I do.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So talk to me then. Okay, so the social at the end of day 2, and then what are we looking like the following day?
Day 3 is going to be our hands-on day. When the student goes register, they have an option of 4 tracks that they can take. They can choose one of the 4 tracks. Our first hands-on track is going to be led by Lieutenant Tim Klett, Lieutenant Ray McCormick. They're going to be teaching a lot of engine company work. Lieutenant Tim Klett is going to follow up on this hands-on portion of his company level keys to success. And really, how can you lead a company inside of a building is where his hands-on course is going to come into play. And then Lieutenant Ray McCormick, he's going to teach about how to get the right water in the right place at the right time, the right streams, the right effectiveness, the right mapping, and being able to kill each compartment as we make it through the building. So if you ever had a hands-on class with him, he is one of the greats with teaching nozzle work. And that's going to be their track. Each of the tracks are going to be 8 hours. So that's going to be an 8-hour day. 4 of it's going to be with Tim Klett. The other 4 will be with Ray McCormick, and then they'll swap. So they'll get an opportunity to work hand in hand with each of those giants.
That's awesome.
The next hands-on class we have is a mid-rise operation. That's Chief Clyde Gordon and Chief Dave McGrill, and some ESTI cadre is going to teach the firefighting from a lower staffed rigs. So they're going to be able to work hand in hand of how to get a line in position, how to focus, what are the tactics of ventilation of a mid-rise with lower staffing, and just an overall view of tactics of standpipe operations, hooking up hose, laying hose into stairwells and floor belows. It's going to be a very challenging track, a very physical track,
Yeah,
but it's going to be really good.
I love that.
The next track that we have is all by the EST cadre. ESTI cadre is a challenging roof vent. So we've had a lot of challenging ventilation tasks that we've had in our own department. Texas is kind of known, Houston specifically and Longview specifically. We do a lot of vertical ventilations. We do a lot of roof jobs, flat and pitch. So what we're going to teach is we're going to teach how to vent on those challenging roofs. So the pitch, we're gonna have an adjustable roof prop out there that has a 12-12 pitch, a 10-12 pitch. So how can you successfully open up and ventilate some of those challenging roof types? And then also we're gonna have a flat roof prop. This is something that departments usually can go your whole career and not be the sawman of a flat roof vent job.
Sure.
But when it's your turn, it's your turn. So we found a lot of keys in there of the vent jobs that we've done where we have to do a double cut or an undercut if we're having to roll, if we're cutting metal versus tar and gravel versus wood. We found a lot of different intricacies into those ventilation jobs, and the students will get to actually put hands on and be able to open up those roof types.
Awesome. What a great opportunity for sure. That's going to be another intensive operation for sure. Another great hands-on there. Awesome. And that's with the ESTI cadre, right?
That is correct.
Perfect. What else?
And then lastly, we're going to finish it up with a workshop, and you have a choice to choose this workshop. If you are an inspiring chief, battalion chief, or a higher ranking officer, or you just inspire to be in command and control, this is the class for you. Chief Mike Phillips retired from Houston, 41 years. He is one of my best friends, best mentors. He has agreed to come up, and he is going to bring some of his cadre from Houston, some of the other district chiefs from Houston, and he's going to set up a simulation of fires that he's been on. And you're going to be, as a student, you're going to be able to command and control these simulations through the 4 screens of the computer. So he's gonna set up on the screens a fire, and it's kind of an if this, then this. And then he'll teach you what happened at the fire, where the line goes, what went well, what didn't, where the vent goes, how many lines this takes on this fire. So this is a true tactic class of if this, then this, and I'm honored to have him.
That's cool. Mike Phillips is a district chief. He is unbelievable. I've met him several times with Mo Davis. I know that they're dear friends and so on. And so I've gotten to know him. He's been on the podcast in different forms from FDIC and things like that. But just an incredible leader, a lead from the front type of chief. Brings so much to the game. And in fact, I mean, just the few times that I've met him, he's one of those guys that you sit there and you kind of just sit back in your chair and listen. And, you sit there in awe just by his experience and knowledge. And I think that's what's so important, right? When you put together a conference, we can learn from one another, but we need people there too that challenge us and push us. And I think like a command and control class like you're talking about with somebody like Chief Phillips and his cadre out of Houston, there's a lot being offered here. And then looking at the hands-on classes throughout day 3, as well as looking at all the classroom stuff on day 1 and day 2. I mean, this conference certainly has the makings of something wonderful. It sure does.
Oh, thank you for those words. I think it's going to be something epic that we bring into our area. And again, it's just us being able to create a platform to pay it forward back to the fire service, because us as students, we've got so much value out of these classes that we just want to open up the opportunity and just spread that message.
Yeah, I love that. So let's talk about it real quick. It's April 5 through 7. So it's Friday the 5th to Sunday the 7th. You got 3 full days. Now explain the registration, Chief. How does that all break down and how's that work?
Okay, so we try to make this as affordable to the student as we possibly could. and it's $300 for the entire conference. That's both lecture days and a hands-on, whichever hands-on training that you choose. $300 total for that. That's the cost. Also, if you're a department that's in the state of Texas, this has been approved for state reimbursement through a paid department and a volunteer organization. They can apply and get reimbursed for all the students that they send to this conference. So we wanted to make it as easy as we could to reach as much firemen as we possibly can. And the state was gracious enough for us as a company to be able to approve that for state funding. So if you can just visit our Facebook page, Emergency Services Training Inc., INC, Emergency Service Training Incorporated on Facebook. We have a lot of posts on there that'll take you right to the link, or you can visit firenuggets.com, search for their classes. April 5th, 6th, and 7th will be our conference. They are playing a very important role in the success of the registration for our company. And then lastly, if you just want to reach out by email, it's info@estipx.org for any questions. But those are the ways that you can reach out and find us.
Yeah, I mean, $300 for unbelievable training. Firenuggets.com. You can go to the ESTI Facebook page and so on. But we're going to be posting it as well on our social channels and promoting it. Chief, how's enrollment looking? I know it's a little early on yet, but I think you're getting some numbers coming in.
Yes, we've had a lot of feedback, a lot of positivity coming from the conference.
Good.
We just look forward to seeing how many firemen that we can bring. We're a nonprofit organization. We're not in here to make any money from this conference. Again, we are just simply here creating that platform. That is our purpose, and that is our mission.
Well, I love it, and I think it's going to shine through, and I know you personally and us talking, before today, I just know how passionate you are about what you guys are doing there, and I think that's going to come through in that weekend of April 5th through 7th. It's exciting, Chief, and I'm honored to be a part of it. Thank you for making me a small part of something much bigger. So I think you're making tremendous strides and progress with a program and conference like this. It's awesome. We need more guys to be doing it, giving opportunity to guys that might not have the ability or the resources to get out and do the training. This is an affordable weekend with some of the best and biggest in the service, man. This is a home run.
Well, I thank you so much for your time and the opportunity that you've given me for this podcast. Most important, I'm just thankful for your friendship, my brother.
Of course, John. You are certainly right up there with some of the best that I know. You are a giant, larger-than-life, humble man, and I just appreciate our friendship, and thank you for thinking of me and including me in this. I do love opportunities like this, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm glad and happy to share with our audience and our community what you guys are doing there with ESTI and the conference in Grapevine, Texas. So thank you, brother, for joining me today and kind of breaking down what the conference is going to look like. Exciting times ahead, and we're looking forward to it, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, good. So stay right here. I'm going to sign off the podcast, and then I'll come right back to you. So stay right here, okay?
Yep.
Guys, thanks for tuning in for another episode of the National Fire Radio Podcast. Battalion Chief John Johnson, Longview, Texas. He's going to be hosting with his cadre at the STI group. They're going to be hosting their Come and Take It Fire Conference April 5th through 7th, 2024 in Grapevine, Texas. It's going to be right outside of the airport there at the Hilton, and it's going to be a great conference. 3 days of classroom and hands-on. It's something you don't want to miss. So check it out. We'll post all the links in the comments or in the body of the podcast and all the social media. And thanks for tuning in. And do me a favor, like I always say, take it back to your firehouse and talk about it, because when we talk about the job, we're making the job better. We'll see you at the next one. Jeremy, National Fire Radio. National Fire Radio.